All right, folks, welcome to our live coverage. We are live right within the Stephen Tolbert community, where huge flooding has overwhelmingly overpowered several parts of the communities right here. You can see we are currently walking within the water, and we are to show you several parts, that have been affected by the massive rain of late that have been falling. So right now we are walking in the water along with community dwellers. We'll be showing you several parts of this community that have been hugely affected by the huge pour of rain that have been falling quite of late. So excessive flooding have been overpowering the Liberian communities of late. We are currently walking within the water, where shortly you will be seeing the very huge flooding that is right within the Stephen Tolbert community. So you can see this other portion here, houses drenched with waters, even houses that are situated on land. For some, they are in the swammy area, and you can see us walking in the water. So you can see the water right here. We're walking east side right now as we speak, just so to give you updates on what is happening right here. So you can see the water, you can see the houses right here. Look here, this is actually the water that we are walking in right now, just to be able to provide you updates. And we are moving. This is the Stephen Tolbert community. Massive flooding, very huge flooding right within the Stephen Tolbert community. Yeah, I will talk to you, but let us take a quick spin. Yeah, so you can see the flooding. The people's houses are drenched in water for them to even come out of their houses. It's a whole lot. Cars are in pools of water. Motorbikes are in pool of water. Share the life, invite others. People within the Stephen Tolbert estate, they are hugely affected by the excessive pour of rain that have been falling right here. You can see the waters currently that we are walking in right here. Horses drenched, people here with fans and everything drenched in waters. The entire community. So right now, just a minute. Wow, the water covering my whole clothes. You can see it. You can see it right now. You can see it. So massive flooding right within the Stephen Tolbert. I just want to pull up my trousers a little bit. Okay. So you can see here, you can see the massive flooding, see the rain, see houses in water. Houses are in water for cars to even come outside. You can see the cars right here. Very huge water right here within the Stephen Tolbert community. Very, 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 very huge water right here. This is the Russian community, and the entire place is surrounded by water. People have been hugely affected by the heavy pour of rain. What is the National Disaster Management Agency of Liberia doing in order to be able to handle situations like this? The NDMA has been receiving very huge funding under the leadership of Ansu Dole. He has been receiving very, 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 very huge flooding. Okay, so someone is saying their house is here and they are right here. So on the live too, someone is saying they got their house right here and they're watching. The person is saying that their entire house is affected by pool of water. So you can see us walking. This is the area. So Online Pirate reporting to you live here from the Russian community right within the Stephen Tolbert. And you can see the very huge flooding right here within the Stephen Tolbert community. What is the National Disaster Management Agency doing in order to be able to curb the massive flooding that have been overpowering several communities in Liberia? Places in Pinsville have also been affected. Places in Johnsonville have also been affected. Several other players have also been affected. And now we are going deeper and the water is becoming, I don't know. So you can see we are currently walking within this water. And you can see people walking within the water. So, hello, you are a dweller of this community, right?
No. I came to work for somebody. Wow.
Okay, and then you met this very huge flooding.
Yeah, so I don't have time to to work here again, so I had to go back.
What kind of work were you intending to do?
I came to give few breaks to the post, but don't not give me a chance to do any work here.
So the water is not giving you any chance to do any work. So how do you feel about that?
Too discouraging, too bad, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I try to go home and just stay up.
How long have you been in the community?
No, I just come in. Just come in.
Okay.
I'm not living here. I live here. I live Garante.
And then you came to do a job just to be able to earn something for today. But unfortunately, due to the heavy pour of rain, you cannot be able to do anything. Okay. So what do you have to say to national government with regards to this?
I plead to the government to help the people to try to come in the community to families, and we to open some drainage, all the water, those who want on the water line, to bust the process, at least they to open the water line, the water be growing. So you help the people in the community. So my other advice to speak to the government,
Okay, thank you so much for talking to us. All right, so folks, we are right here within the Stephen Tolbert community, right within the Russian community, where several houses have been affected by massive flooding. We are right now walking within this water. As you can see right now, our legs within the water, and you can see the pool of water. This is the water we are currently walking in right within the Stephen Tolbert community. Just to be able to give you updates, so several communities of late have been affected by the heavy pool of rain that have been coming lately in different communities. Places like Painesville, places like Johnsonville have been affected. Even some parts of the Bannersville end have also been affected, and several other communities, including in towns and other places. So several communities have been affected by the huge flooding right here. And right now we are within the Stephen Tolbert community. You can see several houses affected. They are drenched in waters right now. Very, 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 very drenched in waters. Yeah, we're going behind. So some of the houses here, they are within the Swami area. Some they are not, and we are currently walking within this water in order to be able to provide you further updates. So this is the water right now. You can see that we are in, and we are walking within these waters in order to be able to provide. We just spoke with a guy who said that he came to do work just to be able to earn something for today, but because of the heavy pour of rain and the massive flood that is right within the Stephen Tolbert community, he hasn't. So you can see the lady right now walking. You can see the lady walking right now within the water. You can see. So no like drainages in the community or other things in order to be able to absorb the waters. So how do you feel walking in this pool of water right now?
The people are getting money building in the drainage.
Oh, drainages are here.
But the people are blocking with the fence, they see the blocking water. So we are getting when the water comes, it can float.
So who are some of these people that are building within the drainages? So you can see, just a minute, we just want to show the water. So you can see the water that the people here walking in right now. And some of them holding stick. Yeah, so go explain for them, man.
So like, they're suffering, carrying on in the communities of Bonnet buying red, they see the following foundation, they're stepping with a get lower horse, it's stepping up. So it's not easy, the community can get help.
Yeah, so these drainages that are within the community, you know, that people, have you like raised any concern to government, telling government about what is happening right here? You told government that these people building in the drainages so as to stop them from building in the drainage, you know. No, there's an agency that's responsible for that. You know, they got the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. They also have the National Disaster Management Agency. You know, have you reached out to them?
No, but I think right now, for me seeing you in Lake, you are safe here for me now.
Yeah.
I believe if the water goes down, if you stay around, you will come, I will show you the area.
We around, we are. Yeah, we are. She's saying she wants to show us some of the places that have been blocked. We can go there, right? Okay, yeah. So we are about to go there. Yeah, so you can see. So, yeah, let's go. We're going there.
Okay. No, I can't do the dream. I'm not living here now.
to the place. So it's behind. Is it behind on this side?
No.
Oh, it's right here. So your house is right around here? Okay, yeah, let's go. Oh, you want to?
Yeah, right back so.
So what about her?
Now reach your area first, if you can see what he's talking about, then you can reach it.
Okay. So right now we are right within the Stephen Tolbert community. The entire community is surrounded by massive flooding. So these waters are just from yesterday's rain. Wow. Wow. Not small thing. So you can see people are actually holding stick just to be able to walk within the water. All of the houses right here, they are drenched in waters. What is the National Disaster Management Agency of Liberia under the leadership of Dole doing? We don't know yet, but the NDMA has been receiving huge funding as it relates to handling these kind of disasters, especially when it relates to issue of flooding and other stuff. You know, what is the Environmental Protection Agency doing also? We don't know yet. But a lady has just sounded bell that people are building on the drainages. People are building on the drainages. People are just placing dikes and so forth, and some of them blocking the drainage. And because of that, their community is affected by massive flooding. So we are currently right within the waters. You can see me currently walking right within the waters to bring you updates right here within the Stephen Tolbert community. Russian community particularly, that is affected by huge water. You can see all of the houses affected by huge pool of waters right here. They are drenched in waters right now, and we are providing you updates right within the Russian community in the Stephen Tolbert area. So you can see the lady right here holding stick just to be able to walk within the water. She's holding stick. The other lady was explaining how people are building on the drainages. So right now we are going to see those drainages where people are building. Where people are building. So we are walking. We are walking. Yeah, you gotta take time. Okay, you gotta take time. So this is the Stephen Tolbert community, the Russian community, particularly in the Stephen Tolbert area. The entire community is surrounded by a pool of water. Just yesterday's rain got this place like this. Just yesterday. And in fact, the lady was telling us the rain started falling this morning, and because of the rain falling this morning, you can see the other lady right over there walking within the water. And you can see, so right now we're going further. And you can see because of the heavy pour of rain, the entire community is affected right here by massive flooding. Okay. Yeah, right.
So you see the building, and the building,
no hole right here. Okay. No hole right here. Okay. I want to make sure that. So right now you can see. So this particular place, there's a drainage. There's a drainage, right? No, right here. I got long trousers on. I mean, you got to tell me now massive flooding so I can wear shorts back. I just told you I was so on this phone water. All right. So you can see the place. I mean, it's surrounded by very, very huge waters. And we are right here. So people are building on the drainages right here. People are building on the drainages right here. People are building on the drainages right there. People are building on the drainages. And you can see, you got to take time there. So you can see the place surrounded by waters. The entire place, people are building on the drainages right here. A local community dweller has highlighted that several people are building on the drainages, and because they are building on the drainages, the water is not flowing within the drainage, and their entire community is being surrounded by massive pool of water. This is the Stephen Tolbert community, particularly the Russian community, and Online Pirate is reporting to you live right here within the Stephen Tolbert area. So a big drainage is over there. I can't go further because I got on long trousers, but a big drainage is over there, and you can see because houses are under drainage, Several houses within this area are affected by the massive flooding. This rain just fell this morning, according to the community dweller here. The rain just fell this morning, and because of the rain this morning, this entire community is being affected by huge waters right within the Stephen Tolbert area right here. So we are currently walking within the water. You can see there's the water. We are currently walking there just to bring you updates on the Stephen Tolbert area, particularly the Russian community, where huge flooding has filled or drenched several homes. So we are going at the other end. Okay. We are going at the other end to be able to show you the other side, so you can see several houses right there sitting in water. Several houses. You can see all of the houses right here. Even the other person there with the fence, their entire home is being surrounded, and even inside the fence consists of waters. So this is the Stephen Tolbert community, particularly the Russian community, affected by several waters. Just yesterday rain, not even 7 days, just yesterday rain. The community people say rain was falling here just this morning, and because of the rain falling here this morning, their entire community is being surrounded by water. You can see all of the houses right here. All of the houses right here are surrounded by water. So we are going on the far end to be able to tell you, or to speak with a church member right within this community, to be able to give us highlight as to what is actually happening right here. This is the Stephen Tolbert community, particularly the Russian community. And you can see several houses here sitting in water, smaller houses, people building on the drainage. Says a community dweller. What is the Environmental Protection Agency doing? What is the National Disaster Management Agency doing? Several homes have been filled with waters of late, right within the Painesville community. Several waters occupying there. Also, this morning within the Johnsonville area, several waters were also there. And right now we are right within the Stephen Tolbert estate, where several homes are being drenched into waters right now. They are surrounded by water. For people to even go to their friend in the next community, they got to be holding stick and everything just to be able to maneuver the way in this pool of water right here. This is the Stephen Tolbert area, and we are live right here walking within the waters just to bring you updates on what is happening right here. Rock, okay, yeah. So this is the Stephen Tolbert area. We are going further. You can see the church over there, and right around the church is where we are going. Right around the church is where we are going. So just hang on a little. So this is the Stephen Tolbert area, surrounded by heavy water. You can see the houses. We're going further. We are going further. Okay. The other place free, right? The other place free? Too many rocks here? Okay. So you can see the church over there. You can even see this other fence here surrounded by water. So water for people to come out of their house. They got to be using stick and other gadgets just to be able to come out of their house. And this is the Stephen Tolbert area. You can see several houses surrounded by water. This is the water that we are walking in right now. We are right now walking within this water just to be able to bring you updates on what is actually happening right within the Stephen Tolbert community, particularly the Russian community right here. Several homes have been drenched into waters. Several homes are surrounded by waters. There's the church over there, also surrounded by water. We don't know how church members are finding their way into that church with all of this water right here. You know, we don't know what they're doing. Yeah. Because my entire trouser right now is wet. Or chopper. Okay, so we are right here within the Stephen Tolbert community. The entire community is drenched in water, surrounded, massive flooding right here within the Stephen Tolbert community. Several communities affected by water. This is a church. It's called the Christ United Ministries, and the church is sitting right within water. We don't know how members are finding a way in order to be able to worship God with all of this water surrounding the church. We don't know how members find their way into the church. But you can see that the entire community is drenched and sitting in water. Several homes right here. This is the area, and you can see the water. For people to even find a way out of their homes, they got to be using sticks and other gadgets just to be able to find a way homes. You can also see that in between there, the water is sitting between the houses. All of the houses right here, even inside there, if you look closely on the far end here, you will see that entire house water is sitting on the entire porch because of the massive flooding right here within the Stephen Tolbert community, particularly the Russian community. What is the Environmental Protection Agency doing? What is the National Disaster Management Agency doing? What are government agencies doing in order to be able to mitigate the excessive flooding roaming around Morovia? So several communities have been affected in the Painesville area out of Morovia. We have also seen massive flooding in Johnsonville area. We have also seen massive flooding in some parts of Bannersville. Also, we are seeing massive flooding in several parts of towns. We are also seeing massive flooding. So a community dweller here noted that people are building on the drainages, blocking the drainage, so water is not flowing to the drainage, and because of that, it is also causing flooding. So some of their houses have been affected because people are barricading the drainages and water is not flowing. So some of them just started building, some of them bringing right dikes, and these dikes, but you can see the place right there on the far end. Yeah, you can see the place on our end. So we are right now within the waters here, bringing you updates on what is actually happening right within the Stephen Tolbert area, particularly the Russian community. So we are currently entering this fence that is surrounded by heavy waters, and our entire clothing right here is all wet. Yes. But you can see here that the entire house, there's a house right here, it got a fence, but inside the house have also been affected by the overwhelming flooding. But you can see the excessive flooding right here. That whole place, my man, I saw so mud. What? I can't not mud?
Not mud, I just ready for you.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not mud.
But I think right even here, so mud. Okay. Yeah. All right. So there's the Stephen Tolbert community, particularly the Russian community. But you can see inside the fence here, so water occupying the fence. The entire house right here is drenched in water, and you can see. Yeah. So you can see. So man, how you can manage with the water right here? Yeah. How you can manage? Like, what you can do in order at least to help to, reduce the flooding? Like, are you people opening spaces in between? Like, if you open a hole right here, it will cover the hole. Oh, wow. So it's not even helping. But you can see this is a community dweller here, and our entire home is surrounded by water. So there's a Stephen Tolbert area, and you can see. Yeah. So, man, what do you have to say to government on this? Like, what do you think they should do? Yeah, but have you people like reached out to the agencies responsible in order to? Yeah.
First of all, I came. They came and said, "Oh, we'll help."
Okay.
They never came back.
So they did not do anything, like with the drainages.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah, but has there been any like follow up with these agencies, like following up on them?
The chairman, I don't know if they follow up.
Okay. All right. But what do you think should be done by government?
They hope they are swamp, so it's not easy.
Yeah, but some people will learn that some people are building on the drainages, and because they are building on the drainages, you know.
My first time living council.
Okay.
So
You just moved on this side. Okay. Wow. You renting here? Okay. All right. So thank you. So this is the Stephen Tolbert area, particularly the Russian community. This lady just moved right within this house, and then the entire place is being surrounded by water. So you can see. So excessive flooding right within the Stephen Tolbert area right here. And we are showing you the surroundings. You can see several houses in water, buried in water, drenched in waters because of the huge flooding right within the Stephen Tolbert area. Right after this live online power team will be visiting the boy who was bullied yesterday for selling with his mom, and we'll be having an exclusive interview with the mother and dad of the child, where we'll be speaking with them. Right, so we are right now right within the Stephen Tolbert area, where excessive flooding is right here in Stephen Tolbert. So community dwellers, to maneuver the way, they have to use stake and other gadgets just to be able to move about in the waters. Several homes are in waters right here. You can see the other areas. And then all right, so someone is reporting that we should come around the Project School area. Where is the Project School area? All right, the Project School area is on our side. Is it far from here? Okay. Yeah, so I think the person is right within the Stephen Tolbert area too. But this is the Russian community. According to a community dweller, some members of the government came here noting that, you know, they were going to cater to this and to be able to reduce the flooding in the community. Unfortunately, since they made that promise, they are yet to do anything about fulfilling that promise. What is the National Disaster Management Agency of Liberia under the leadership of Ansu Dole doing? What is the Environmental Protection Agency, another government agency responsible for helping communities like this? What are they doing? We don't know yet, but definitely the government will need to come to the aid of these people in order to open up drainages in the communities. But people have noted that the community is a swammy area. Some of them, they are built on the drainages, and because of that, there is a massive flooding right within the Stephen Tolbert community, particularly the Russian community right here. So we'll be taking a quick look, a quick spin right around the Project School area, which someone has recommended. Right after this live, we'll also be interviewing the mom of the little boy who was bullied for selling along with his mom. So you can see people emptying water from their house inside there. The lady is emptying water from the house. What is national government doing? What is the National Disaster Management Agency doing? What is the Environmental Protection Agency also doing? But there's the water. The entire houses right here within the area, they are all surrounded by waters. So, ma, hello. We see you dumping water from your house. How are you doing? Yeah, how are you doing? It's so sad with what is happening. We saw you dumping water from your house. So the water from, entering inside the house. Wow. Okay, so what do you have to tell government?
The only thing I have to tell the government is to come to our needs in the community, Russia community, which is DC Extension, Stephen Tolbert Estate. DC Extension, Stephen Tolbert Estate. Okay. Yeah, but this rain, was it just yesterday or this morning?
Just from last year, but the rain was not heavy. So it looks like when there's a big river here, okay, I think they said that Stephen Tolbert, the water, the bridge here, that's the head here, and there is no bridge there. Okay. But so, there is no bridge there. There's a very big river that is there. There is no bridge there. So when the water gets filled, all along it be raining. It has not happened, but when the tide rises, then the water enters into the houses. Just because of small rain yesterday, you have this kind of flooding. Just small.
entering from underground. You see, from underground and from outside, because the foundation of most of the houses is not correct. You see, like here you enter from the foundation, the small holes and things like that, enter.
They enter inside the house. So right now your whole room wet, or your materials wet or anything?
No, only the kitchen and the back porch.
Only the kitchen and the back porch. Okay. So what do you want to say to government, like to tell them?
Yeah, I have to tell the government to come to most people need God. Most people have left their houses already. They have left. You see, many doors are closed. The water has entered some of the rooms. Even a few days ago, there's a lady that lived in our house straight in front of you there.
Wow.
She ended up moving because
she left the community.
Left the community.
And we saw the other lady there. She just said that she only came into the community and she's also to move because of the flooding. Wow.
So that what we are going through here. So
but people will learn that people are building on the drainages. Are you aware about that?
Building on the drainages, well, that will blame the government, because they gave the Stephen Tolbert, how they call it, national housing. They gave them, they go ahead to sell the unit, and then they are selling all the places there where the drainages they are building there. So there is no way. There is no way. At the same time, the people they dump the lot of dye in the drainages.
Oh, they're dumping dye.
Dye in all in the drainages.
So what is?
So one thing is that I have to tell the government is that I think because the drainages have been packed with a lot of rubber bottles and a lot of plastic.
But how are you community people helping with that, especially with people who are dumping dye on the drainage?
We don't see
like what is the chairman? Is there initiative probably maybe to put around or something?
We voted for the chairman. We have not seen the chairman to even come around. Even last year, June 27, 28, the water entered into my bedroom. It was stopping me here. All the way to my hip. Last year, June 27, June 28. Yeah, and the chairman is right here. They only want you to vote for them. And when they get in position, they don't have time for the community and all that. They don't have time for the people. You see, and you will not know that the area is like this until you move there. When you move there now, then you get to see.
Yeah, especially during the rainy season and other stuff.
We have to find place to move. This is a friend that gave me the house.
Wow.
To live in.
Wow.
See, so we have to end up moving because it's not easy. But I mean, I suffer from rheumatism.
And then you are within the school.
On my knees.
Wow.
I can't walk. Go to hospital, nothing. And I'm in the water, taking the water from the house, putting it outside and all of that. So government have to really come in to see how best to see about the extension, the DC extension.
Okay. Thank you, ma. Thank you. Thank you. And sorry for this. All right. So this is the Stephen Tolbert Community, particularly the DC extension. We are right within the Russian community, the popular Russian community. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's another person also affected by the flood, and we are also about to speak with him. So there's your house.
No, this one I'm renting.
All right. You rent here. Okay. So how do you feel about the massive flooding right here?
Feel so hurt because see majority of the community people are affected by the flood. So we are calling the attention of Jason Young Baka and Jeremiah to find a solution to see that best. We will find a solution for the drainages, at least to find a drainage that will go directly into the river. But right now there's no way to go. A lot of people dancing into the drainages. So even when the water comes, it kind of end up for houses and people get affected by that. Other people, moving all night.
So people who are building on the drainages, what are you community people doing about that? You know, has there like been any communication to either the chairman to let him know that some people building on the drainages, or to the Environmental Protection Agency and other agencies to tell them about what is going on?
Really, the chairman didn't know of that. He knows that he been here.
Yeah.
That isn't the first time it happened. It have happened over several years here. So I think he's the best person I need to.
How long have you been in the community? Yeah?
I'm not yet 1 year. This is my 3 months.
You're 3 months in the community.
This is the first time because when I moved here, people say, oh, the place is good, this, that's what I see. But unfortunately, I just see things happening again.
Wow. So no one ever told you about the flooding in the community?
No. Other people said right after 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I myself, because I came drastically time. Other people said 3 years, but very surprised to see this too flooding.
So is there like a huge water in the house there?
That's the water. That's my room.
Okay.
You see the shop here?
You can see the shop, so the shop is affected right here. You can see the water. You can also see there like all the places
The water is coming from under the ground.
under the ground.
So right now,
So it's not like flowing from outside here inside.
no, it's flowing from outside inside. You
Inside.
got to post sand there. I think you can see the sand there. Take it and slip all that stuff.
Yeah.
So we are very suffering in this community. Very, you know, the government has to fund solution. Yeah. So we even sent a letter to the representative of COS, Jeremiah EP.
Yeah.
Talking about the situation. I think my brother posted. At least he had to come immediately to consult the government and see the situation will be on.
So have you reached out to other agencies like the Environmental Protection Agency, agency like the National Disaster Management Agency, agency like the National Housing Authority, you know, who has been here, we learned, you know, have you like visited these agencies?
For me, I've not yet gone there, but I think the best person is the chairman. I think he's always speak about that because he's been here for.
So people who are like throwing dirt on the drainages, because we learned some people are throwing dirt on the drainages. You know, what are you community people doing about that?
We are really move here, you know, with the youth, they have this series of meeting to find a solution during dry season time, at least to identify the main drainages in order to clean the drainages, to clean the area, and for the community to give a good face and all for us.
Okay. Your name again?
I'm Daniel Kevin Dennis.
All right. Nice speaking with you, Calvin. Thank you. All right. So Daniel is one of those affected by the massive flooding right here. Just small rain fell. Yeah, says a community dweller. Just this morning and some part of yesterday, the rain has been like falling small, but this morning they woke up to massive flooding. In fact, since last night they woke up to massive flooding right here within the DC extension area, Stephen Tolbert particularly, and this place is actually affected by overwhelming pool of water. All right, so we are moving from places to places just to show you the surrounding. Another person also told us that the Project School area is also affected and is on the far end there. So we are currently walking within these waters. You can see several houses are consumed by the waters right here. They are drenched and buried in waters. Water entering people, rooms entering people's house. Another community dweller just explained how she has rheumatism and then she got to go, she got to bear the consequences of actually, being affected by the massive flooding right here within the DC extension area, the Stephen Tolbert area particularly. So we are going further. You can see several homes here surrounded by water, and in water you can see people sitting. Some people got to put heavy sandbags before their homes just to reduce the flooding into their area. Several houses have been consumed and affected by waters, a lot of places, but you can see several homes affected right here within the Stephen Tolbert area. And what is the national government doing in order to be able to handle situations like this? We don't know yet. What is the National Disaster Management Agency doing? What is the National Housing Authority also doing? What is the Environmental Protection Agency doing? We don't know yet, but you can see kids like have to be like that within the water. You can see kids like that have to be like that within the water. So this is the DC extension area. People are saying that the government, they have reached out here, but anytime they reach out, they will tell the people that they will come and do something, but they don't do anything. So this is the DC extension area, right within the Stephen Tolbert area. The place here get model, Tado. Okay, so we are going. So we are going. All right. So we are going. So somebody just laugh because Here's the DC extension area, Stephen Tolbert. Several community dwellers have been affected by the overwhelming flooding right here. Several floods have been occupying Liberia of late. Within the Painesville area, we earlier saw that people in Johnsonville have also been affected by the massive flooding. And now the Stephen Tolbert area, the DC extension area, have also been affected. So we are right here within the Stephen Tolbert area. People laughing and laughing. So my God telling me that they will to cover your story, but the government will have to do something about this. There's actually a serious issue. We may be laughing about it, but it's a serious issue. The community people have complained to government about handling the flooding situations. They will make promises like, yes, I will come and do something. And after that, they don't do anything about it. So we are right here, right within the DC extension area, Stephen Tolbert. Some people have blocked the drainages. We were earlier on asking community people what they are doing in order to be able to handle people who are blocking the drainages. And some of them, they say that they have communicated to the chairman, but the chairman of the community is not doing anything about this. He perhaps hasn't communicated to the requisite authorities to be able to handle these issues. And you can see several homes here surrounded by water. Even on the far end there, we learned that there is a huge flooding, and our whole place a so pool of water over there on that side. Yeah, the project school area is also there. Right after this live online power, will be speaking with the boy and his mom. The little boy yesterday was bullied, and right after this live, we'll be reaching out to the mom and the little boy to be able to hear from the two of them shortly. So right after this coverage, we'll also be reaching out to the little boy to speak with him. And we are right now within the Stephen Tolbert area, DC extension area, massive flooding within this place. Communities are affected and drenched into massive flooding right here. Water pouring into several homes right here. People have to be taking water from, and we are right here. We are right here. This is Online Pirate reporting to you live right within the DC extension area, particularly the Stephen Tolbert area. And we are bringing you live updates on happenings right here within the DC extension area. Several homes are drenched in waters. Several homes are drenched in waters. What is the Environmental Protection Agency doing? What is the National Disaster Management Agency doing? What is the National Housing Authority doing? We don't know yet, but Ansu Dollar and their legs, they have to do something about the massive flooding right here within the Stephen Tolbert area. Community dwellers have lamented to them about the troubles that they are going on here. The government will make a promise that they will come back and do something, but according to the community dwellers here, they don't come back. So we are currently walking at the back to show you a sample of the water, the excessive waters that are within this community right here.
This is the end of the water coming from the old bridge.
So that's the river behind there? The river behind there. Okay.
So all year, just in normally people can get cross here to go to chicken factory. So right behind the chicken factory, that's the sun.
Oh, right here from here straight to chicken factory.
Right behind, you see the city brother.
And now the whole road is being blocked by water.
In my area, you walking.
So you got your area on the side?
Yeah.
All right.
Walking it was to be whatever the place. Very terrible. All year it is flooded. All behind. Maybe you give me permit to go. You try maybe a home material.
So if I go inside there,
don't try.
It's too deep.
No, it's too deep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But you can see there's the community area right here. So there's the DC extension area affected by massive flooding. Several communities have been affected. The project school area, we learned, have also been affected by water. And we are also highlighting that within our report also, so that government can be able to do something about it. But we are walking within the huge waters right here, right within the Stephen Tolbert area, particularly the DC extension area, or within the Russian community. So the national government will have to do something about this. It is not only the Stephen Tolbert area that have been affected. Places in Painesville, places in Johnsonville have also been affected. Some places in town have also been affected. And other areas. But people are taking waters from their rooms, their living rooms and other stuff and bringing it outside.
No, just put them on your feet.
So,
yeah, we'll reach over there. Just put them on your feet, yeah, from there. Now, where I'm going Yeah, be walking through.
So we are currently going, and there's a huge presence of water right within the DC community area, particularly the DC extension area. Several communities have been affected by the heavy pour of rain. Just yesterday, community dwellers have noted that because of the small rain that fell yesterday, there's a massive flooding right here within the Stephen Tolbert area, particularly the DC extension area, also known as Russian Community. Okay, yeah. So we're going behind in order to show you one of the last places that will show you here as it relates to the flooding. Right after this live, we'll be speaking with the boy who was helping his mom to sell in the market, and he was bullied. So just stay put, and we'll bring you update. You bluffing in the water? All right, so this is the DC extension area, Stephen Tolbert particularly, huge waters right here within the Stephen Tolbert area, and we are going around. So several waters right here right within the Stephen Tolbert area. Several waters right within the Stephen Tolbert area, the DC extension, particularly the Russian community area. Several homes are drenched in waters. I'm going to give me a chance, but I'm going to live here going to be straight. Okay, so we are right here. From there, we'll be interviewing the boy who was bullied yesterday because he was helping his mom to sell in the market. We'll be hearing from the little boy and that of his mom very shortly in order to bring you awareness as to what actually unfolded and what all they will need and how you can be able to help. So right after this live, we'll be bringing you that coverage. This is the Stephen Tolbert area, the DC extension area, massive flooding right here, several homes drenched and buried in waters. Community dwellers are alarming, some of them throwing waters from inside their house outside, trying to see how best that they can reduce the water within their homes. Several communities affected. An older lady we just saw just now was dumping water from inside her home outside, and that lady claims that she has rheumatism, and yet she got to go through this. She got to go through this. So massive flooding. You can see several waters right here. You can see several homes surrounded by water. People walking in water. They got to lift up their shoes. Even me right now, I'm walking right within the water. You better go pass. Are you bluffing what you on? Pass. You bluffing in the water? All right. So this is the DC extension area, Stephen Tolbert particularly. And what is the National Disaster Management Agency doing? What is the Environmental Protection Agency doing? What is the National Housing Authority doing? We are right here, right within the Stephen Tolbert area, bringing you live updates. as to what is actually happening right here. Right after this live, we'll also be interviewing the boy. The project school area is also affected. We learned this is the Russian community, the DC extension area behind here. Community dwellers have lamented that some people have built on the drainages, and because they built on the drainages, the water is not flowing through the drainage in order to go out. And there's a huge river also behind there. Some government agencies, they have been here noting to the people that they were going to do something about this, but then they are yet to do something about it. And we are bringing this awareness to you in order to call on national government to be able to assist the DC extension area, particularly the Stephen Tolbert people, because the entire place right here is also flooding. People got to be using sticks to walk in waters. Like me, I had to take out my shoes to be able to walk within this water. My entire trouser right now is entirely covered by water. You can see several homes right here. This is the DC extension area, particularly the Russian community. Several homes drenched and buried into waters. You better bluff in too much, man.
All right.
How you doing that? Welcome. There's online part.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Wow.
So what do you feel, how do you feel about the water issue right there?
For now, I feel it bad.
Mm-hmm.
You community almost 300 houses in Russia community. That's the extension.
Mm-hmm.
There was a situation I was expecting they would experience it this morning. For me, I was not around.
Just this morning?
Yeah.
So was it like a small rain or heavy rain that was falling here?
It was heavy rain last night,
Mm-hmm.
but we're not looking at this. But we're looking at the star, because all the things beside the trees are blocked. Also, we build patio wetland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At the part of special project, you get the use on long building, have grease seen on it. Now, fellow till the whole swamp, what would us will be doing to be connected to the river.
So have you flagged this out to like other government agencies like the Environmental Protection Agency,
Actually,
the National Disaster Management Agency, National Housing Authority? Have you done that?
No, we need their help. We need EPA to come in. The federal government will come in and solve our
So
problem.
have you reached out to like the chairman within the community in order to be able to highlight that?
Yeah, but our chairman I around and next to him.
Oh, you next to him?
Yes.
Yeah, so what has your office been doing with this?
No, I just want to. I want to. I already own him, and he came back.
You're waiting on him.
Yeah, he came back. And
But has he been like taking action? Is this the first time that this is happening in the community? How long has this been going out? 4 years back.
4 years back. Yeah.
You experienced an issue. And what did you do at the time?
Nothing wrong. There's no support. Outside to come to our ill.
Yeah.
At the end, everybody saw the problem.
You don't have support.
Yeah.
Yeah, but have you reached out to government agencies like letting them know about the situation? Like the EPA, the National Disaster Management Agency, National Housing Authority, and other government agencies responsible?
At that time, we have anything going around the Lord, which on it, and to make us food on it.
So people are building on the drainages. We learn what you as the assistant chairman in the community is doing.
Moreover, we have what you say, ST extension. They also say individual. Also get land from Bossy authority. They're responsible.
Yeah.
But they sending them to people who got junior and
so what about people who are emptying like dirt on the drainage? Like, what are you doing in order to curb that as a quote unquote assistant chairman?
It's not happening.
So where is it happening?
Other community, but not yet.
Other communities not yet.
Yeah.
But some in the communities have lamented that people are throwing dirt in the
in the
drainage.
Not true. In the first place, we have 2 units. We had a bigger unit from behind us, from between SA, Russia, and Chicken Factory. Going down, headed to the rivers. Then we have another one behind them.
Okay.
Going down. But anyway, let me take you for it to see what happens.
Michelle.
Please pass one.
Yes. So this is the assistant chairman, and he's taking us through a tour as to some of the places that have been affected, especially the drainages where people are emptying dikes, building on the drainages.
See what happened here?
Yeah.
See what happened here? It is before, way back, for me, I'm moving to passing. Before way back, this is the area for water to be moving with speed.
Okay.
This side here, it was a little bit wild.
Okay.
For once the authority don't see, so they pay to one fellow. But we think we are saying they pay the same thing. They some of the thing was some part of Jasmine last day happened. Because us now, technically, no way to control this situation. The next person can come up. Now the Juliet is narrow, they now wild. See what kind of like to do with speed, go with it. They can't, they just stop, you see spend all over, entering.
So people building on the drainages right now. Okay. So you see, yeah. So there's a blockade. There's a blockade. So the guy is saying that way back 2010, water used to be flowing here very, very well. It was flowing smoothly right here, and that was making the community to not be affected by flooding or other things. But right now, people are building right on the drainages. The National Housing Authority, they are giving out these spaces out to people to come and build there, and it's causing massive flooding right here within the DC extension area. Stephen Tolbert. So this is the assistant chairman. So chairman, what do you have to say to the national government before we let go of you?
Actually, we need our help. They have to come in. So a lot of people now they are victims. Yeah, they are victims. I saying I have 350 horses unit around the Russian community. Before we will be on our estate, but now no longer on our estate. The community by themselves, because due to their activity, their attitude towards us. So for now, I was saying.
Oh, so you're boycotting now?
Yeah.
All right. So what's the name again?
I'm Samuel T. Morris from Russian community.
All right. So not only water, but ants also right here. And you can see. So this is the DC extension area.
Yeah.
We done, right? We done, right?
Yeah. Yes, sure.
We done.
No.
All right. So this is the DC extension area, hugely affected by water, and we are going around the project school area recommended by someone. Right after this interview, we'll also be interviewing the little boy who was solving with his mom and then was snapped, taken a photo, and then bullied by another guy. So we'll also be interviewing the boy, bringing awareness to his journey, and we'll be speaking with the mom both, so as to know how you can also be able to help in a situation. Yeah. So we are going to the chairman of the community in order to speak with him just before we leave. The entire DC extension area, particularly the Russian community, has been affected. And we are live right here within the Stephen Tolbert Estate, the DC extension area, where massive flooding have overpowered several houses right within the Stephen Tolbert area. All right. So we just spoke with the co-chairman. Man, you don't want no layer community here. Yeah, let's take my time. Okay. So this is the DC extension area. You can see that several houses have been affected by the massive flooding. You can see several houses, water pouring into people's homes. They have to be dumping water from in their rooms outside. Several people have highlighted that the National Housing Authority just recently, they have been giving spaces to people to be able to build on the land which are drainages and where water used to flow, because this community, according to the co-chairman, has like two major drainages which water can be able to flow through, but those two drainages have been occupied by people building on the drainages. Some, according to community members, they are inserting dikes on the drainages, and because of that, the community is being affected by massive and huge flooding. This is the project school area.
No, that's
okay.
Russia.
Yeah, there's a Russian community. So the project school area is on that side, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see all behind there. There's a river also behind there. And just small rain fell yesterday. This happened the last time 4 years ago, according to the community chairman. Some people highlighted that last year there was also a huge presence of rain right within the DC community area, particularly the Stephen Tolbert area. And right now we are going, right after this live, we will also be interviewing the boy who was bullied in the market just because he was selling along with his mom. We will be interviewing the boy and his mother all together. And to bring awareness, the chairman will be the last person that we're going to speak to on this issue to conclude our time right here within the DC extension area. So this is the community of water all over the place right now. People dumping waters. Homes are affected. We just showed the huge places that have been affected by water, and this is the far end. Some people are building on the drainages, and because of that, water is not flowing properly. Communities have been affected. They are now calling on national government to come to their aid to be able to open up drainages and other things within the community. According to them, some government agencies, they have been within the community. The promise give the people hope that they were going to, build drainages and help them in a situation. Unfortunately, these government agencies have not been here. And Online Pirate is reporting to you live from Stephen Tolbert. We just walked through the massive waters and flooding right here within the communities, bringing you live updates as to what is actually happening right within the so the chairman is not here. We're hoping that we could speak with the chairman just before we leave. But community dwellers have been lamenting that the chairman is not doing anything in order to be able to help the situation. We spoke with the co-chairman. He highlighted that national government is yet to give them anything to be able to handle this. Even the government agencies responsible, they have made a promise of hope to the people, saying that they were going to come within the community in order to initiate projects within the community to be able to help open up drainages and other things within the community, but they are yet to do it. This is Online Pirate reporting live to you. Have a good day, and we'll see you. Bye-bye.